Is SALA Cup NAMDU. The trophy is home. Bengaluru, we can relax now. It's time to celebrate. Finally, the Team RCB's got a trophy in the cabinet. We will also be covering the rest of the IPL teams. The IPL is right around the corner, as you guys know. I've covered 5 teams last week, and this week we'll be covering the rest of the teams. And also, I'll be hopping on a flight later this afternoon to go over to Delhi, Mumbai, and a few other spots for this year's IPL. I'm looking forward to it. Absolutely cannot wait. I think it's going to be a great tournament. But without further ado, let's hit it. We are the champions. The trophy is home for Bangalore RCB. Team RCB played an incredible finals against the Delhi Capitals women's team. Smrti and Elise Perry and Team RCB doing us so proud. Keeping their nerve in a very tricky chase. I felt that it was a tricky total. Obviously, the Delhi Capital women's team didn't score a big total, but those in between totals are very generally pretty tough to chase, and it proved to be very tricky at the end. Only getting those final runs with 3 balls to spare. But Elise Perry was simply phenomenal throughout this tournament. Wherever she goes, things turn to gold, and that golden trophy is finally in Bengaluru. All Bengaluru fans out there, I know you guys are the best fans in the world. You deserve this, and I'm so happy as an RCB man myself that we finally got some silverware there in the cabinet. And this team just performed absolutely stunningly throughout the tournament, playing well under pressure. And that final total was really tricky, and they did manage to look after the pressure situations in that final. 82 not out says here, this is beyond crazy. And referring to a video of the fans, and I talked about the best fans in the world, and this proves it. Let's have a look at this. So the match took place in Delhi, but look at the streets of Bangalore. Over the moon with that win. Finally, the trophy is coming home. As I said, is SALA Cup NAMDU. And well done to the RCB women's team. And like any good relationship between man and women, it's the women that lead the way. So for the men now in RCB's team, it's time to shine, guys. The women put up their hands first here, which is fantastic. Finally, the trophy. And I just feel maybe it's destiny. Maybe it is like this perfect relationship where the men will go, okay, you lead the way and we'll follow and we'll do the same thing. So this year's IPL is just around the corner, starts the 22nd of March. And without further ado, I'll be covering all the teams. And we will be starting with Team RCB, captained by Faf du Plessis. And there's their schedule, playing on the 22nd of March against the mighty CSK, the defending champs. We did cover them last week. A formidable team, but Team RCB will be very motivated with RCB women's win there. I think these guys will feel like, you know what, it's our time to shine. Like any important and big tournament, you want to put your peg in the ground, and there's no better opportunity for RCB to start with a bang, playing the defending champions, Chennai Super Kings. We know it's a tough ask, but Faf and Virat and company will be looking to start things off well. The best finish for RCB in the past, 3 times runners up, and very frustrating, I know, for the fans of Bengaluru, but hopefully this year will be the year. In 2009, 2011 and 2016 were the 3 times that RCB were runners up. Obviously playing at the Chinnaswamy Stadium, there's absolutely no better ground in the world to play cricket at. It's so loud, and they get behind their team like no other fan base. And I'm pretty sure nothing will be different this season. So Faf du Plessis, over 4,000 IPL runs by now. He's had a little bit of a dip in form of late, but towards the back end of that SA20, he started finding his feet again, which bodes well for RCB this season. Stalwart King Kohli, my biscuit, is there. Over 7,000 runs, over 200 IPL matches. That's simply incredible. That's like a career in itself. Virat will be back. We've missed him dearly and absolutely cannot wait to watch the best of him this coming season. And then the bowling department, led by Mohammad Siraj. plays a huge role in that bowling department. And I think there's very nice depth this time around. And I think that's one of the big reasons I feel RCB is going to go all the way this year. Akashdeep, Alzari Joseph, Lockie Ferguson, Mohammed Siraj, Tom Curran. There's Reece Topley, he was there last year. Lots of experience, lots of firepower there, lots of pace, lots of skill, lots of everything. So the bowling department is what win your tournaments. It sets it up at least. And then you get some special performances here and there from individuals with a bat in hand. And that's where Virat and Faf and guys like Will Jacks, who not a lot of people have heard of, will come to the party. Dennis Kartik is once again there. Rajat Patidar and a couple of other guys. Batting lineup looks solid. I'm not too worried about them. Obviously, Glenn Maxwell is our firepower man in that middle order, and we're going to need all the firepower from him this season. But watch out for Will Jacks, people. I watched him in the SA20. He gave the Pretoria Capitals flying starts, and I was so happy to hear that he's going to RCB. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic in that top order. Hopefully, he plays a lot of the games. So, a quick comment here before we finish off with RCB. Just to clear it up and to confirm, I do think these guys will be in the final this year. I really do think this is the year, and I feel like it's destiny. Andy Flower says here, this is the start of something really exciting. A very warm welcome to everyone. I want the communication to be high level. It's a new chapter for us to write in the RCB struggle. We've been given the chance, the opportunity, the privilege, and that's something to be very excited about. And his sternness comes through in, even if it's just written. You don't even need to hear his voice. You know this guy is a very disciplined coach. He's quite hardcore with the players. He tells you exactly what he wants from you. Sometimes it really brings out the best in most players. I've certainly enjoyed that. Good communication. Let the player know where he stands. Let him understand his role. And that's maybe something that has been lacking throughout the years with Team RCB. And this could be the answer. Coach Andy Flower teaming up with Puff, with Virat, Maxi, and some of the senior players. And hopefully this will be the year. SALA Cup Namde, but SALA Cup Namdu. We move on then to the Delhi Capitals. For the Delhi Capitals, it's an all-star team. They have had disappointing finishes in the last 5 to 6 years, considering the names that they have on this team sheet. It's always looked like a world beater of a team, led by Rishabh Pant, who makes his comeback. It's a fantastic story, and it's great to see him back. The son of New Delhi will be watched by thousands around India and around the globe again, and by me. He's number 17. He's got number 17 on his back. I used to have 17 on my back. There's a bit of chemistry, and I absolutely love watching this guy play. It's great to have him back. He scored an IPL 100. Maybe this will be the season for number 2, 3, maybe even 4. Who knows? Maybe it's written in the stars for him to come back and to come back with a bang. Obviously coached by Ricky Ponting. He showed signs of frustration in that last season, but this could be the season that they cross the line. It's great to see him back. I thought that he would maybe get to a stage where he was going to call it and say, listen, guys, I'm not getting the reaction that I want from the players. Maybe it's time for me to move on. But as we know, Ricky Ponting, as he's known for, or known as Punter, is not a guy that gives up very easily. And it's great to see him back, or still there with the Delhi Capitals at least. They start against the Punjab Kings on the 23rd of March. It's a day game, 3:30 p.m. there, IST. Absolutely exciting stuff. And that's going to be a great game. Then the young gun to watch out for, Tristan Stubbs, South African. He had a very good SA20 tournament. The year before that, he was a little bit out of form. But this year, he's put up his hand and he showed signs of what he's capable of, which is fantastic to see. I think he's a very talented young player. He hits the ball very, very hard. He offers a lot with the ball in hand as well. He can bowl you off spin, and he's absolutely incredible in the field. So keep an eye out for him. He's certainly the young gun to watch out for. Vintage Warner will be opening the batting as per usual for the Delhi Capitals. He scored over 6,000 IPL runs at an average of 42 400s. He's an outstanding performer. He's very consistent. The Australians also got a bit of fighting spirit in him. He wants to win. I remember clearly for the Sunrisers Hyderabad when he was captain, he was incredibly motivated, and that's the way he plays his game. And he's always got a point to prove, and I feel he's got a point to prove with the Delhi Capitals this year, playing under Ricky Ponting. Rishabh is back, and he will be very motivated to give Delhi Capitals a good start and to win some games with a bat in hand for them. and to bring that energy in the field. He's got a lot of experience. He's recently showed signs of finishing off completely with the international scene, which will urge him even more to show more energy at the IPL and to give absolutely everything and leave everything on the table. He plays well in India. He always has. He had a very good World Cup as well, ODI World Cup that is. But his record in India is simply outstanding. He plays spin well. He plays seam well. He's just an all-round good performer. It's great to see him come back as well. And then Akshar Patel, he's the all-round star for Delhi Capitals. He's another standout performer for them. He has been incredibly good under pressure over the years. I've always rated him as a guy who wants the ball when the heat is on. And he will be a big asset for them. Kuldeep Yadav as well, the wizard. The two spinners, that is quite a handful, I must tell you. If you're a batsman and you see Kuldeep and Akshar in the team, you know you're going to have a busy day out there. Arun Jaitley Stadium at New Delhi, I think it's one of the best stadiums in the world. It almost feels like the ground, the stands are right on the field. It's very loud, very noisy, and they love their team, and they will be coming out to support their team. It only takes 35,000 people in capacity, but let me tell you, it feels like 350,000. Their fixtures are obviously Punjab Kings, I said that on the 23rd, and then they go with Rajasthan Royals. There's also that bit of break. I spoke about that last week as well. It's not ideal to start and then have a break immediately. So they won't enjoy those 4 days off in between that and the second game. But hopefully from there, they will start getting the rhythm going and get back-to-back games and get a bit of momentum. That's what T20 cricket is all about. Win percentage of only 44. They will certainly want to work on that this season. And they finished 9th last season, which is just not good enough for the names on that list. And I think that's why Ricky Ponting was so frustrated last year. That's the Delhi Capitals for you. We'll move on now to the Punjab Kings. We just spoke about them. These two guys will be clashing in that first game, the Delhi Capitals and Punjab Kings, as I just mentioned. Shikhar Dhawan, what an incredible player he has been over the years for India and for the Punjab Kings. He's played here for a while now, and he's just been a very consistent performer over the years, everywhere he goes. Obviously for the Sunrisers Hyderabad back in the day, but for the Punjab Kings, he plays a different role. He's this leader now. He's the guru. He's the grandfather. And he needs to pull a lot of inspiration out of the players, or get them motivated at least. He's got good experience around him in Kagiso Rabada, Arshdeep Singh, Liam Livingston, and quite a few other players as well who will be supporting him throughout this campaign. Kagiso Rabada, obviously, absolute firepower up front. He's the wicket taker for this team, and he needs to lead by example. He's got 106 IPL wickets in 69 matches, which is a really good record. And then obviously Arshdeep Singh, the two of them together, I think will be very handy for this team. So Rabada and Arshdeep, to give them good starts, will take a lot of pressure off the rest of the bowling attack and also the batting unit. And I really think Arshdeep and KG will be a very nice pairing. Guys to bowl together, left-hander, swinging it in. Rabada, out and out pace, swinging the ball both ways, nibbling it off the deck. They could be a really nice pairing for them in this tournament. But just an all-round good team. I don't think it's the standout team of the tournament, to be honest. When I look at the team sheet, it's not a bad side. It's not a great side. So they're in between there. If they get some momentum, which they're going to desperately need, then they'll become more dangerous, I think. Shikhar Dhawan was quoted saying, "I am happy to be back here. We have an exciting team this season that will give everything on the pitch as we look forward to don the vibrant new jersey and play at the new home ground in front of all of you." So very exciting times there in Mohali, and Shikhar Dhawan and his troops will hope to surprise a lot of people out there and have a really good IPL. So the next team is Sunrisers Hyderabad, the Orange Army, captained by Pat Cummins. And can new captain Pat help the sun rise over Hyderabad? Did you see what I did there? He certainly got what it takes. He showed that with Australia. He's the Australian captain in that ODI World Cup, where they came back from a really bad start and ultimately ended up winning the tournament. Let me tell you, this team is really, really talented. I did think they're going to do better last season. Now they've got Pat Cummins in that starting lineup as well. They're starting to look really dangerous, this team. A lot of talent all around from start to finish. With Heinrich Klaassen there, we know what he's capable of. Aiden Markram as well, the two South Africans. And also Marco Jansen, 3 South Africans. And the evergreen Bhuvneshwar Kumar, the stalwart, is still there. I think spoke about a grandfather earlier. He's pushing on now, and he's one of those guys with plenty of experience, and a lot of the bowlers will be feeding off that and will take a lot of confidence from that. On the 23rd of March, I start against the Kolkata Knight Riders, and only after that, 3 days after that, 3 days rest actually after that. On the 27th only, they play the Mumbai Indians. Also captained by Dan Vittori, the New Zealander. He played for RCB many years back with me, and I know the guy really well. He's a wonderful coach. He also coached Team RCB. Let me not forget that. Very calm, collected kind of guy, and I think he'll have a really good effect on this team. Also captained by Pat Cummins, as I mentioned, which brings more calmness, which is always important under pressure. Bhuvi Kumar is also the leading wicket taker for them, 146 wickets, which is simply outstanding, and they would want another 20 or 30 odd from him this season. Aidan Markram said, yeah, it feels good to be back. Everyone seems to be in pretty good spirits. Everyone's come here in good form and excited to get the competition underway. So great to be back in Hyderabad and looking forward to the next 2 months together. And yeah, I think just thanks to the fans. That's what he's saying. Thanks to the fans. And I think that's always very important to touch on your fans, to make sure they feel loved, because ultimately it's the fans who help the team cross the line. Next team then, Rajasthan Royals. This is also the last team for today. And this will be the 10th team that I've covered over the last 2 weeks. Captained by Sanju Samson. I have been in touch with him recently. Also want to get him on the show, so stay tuned for that. We have been talking a little bit about batting. Really interesting how he thinks about the game. I found it very, very interesting to listen to him, and he's still incredibly motivated to be one of the best batters in the world, never mind for the Rajasthan Royals, but he wants to play for India. He wants to play all the formats, and he wants to score hundreds. Their first game will be on the 24th of March against the Lucknow Super Giants. And just an all-round good team. What I really love about this team, and I'm going to keep it very simple, I love a lot of guys. I love Yuzi. I love Josh Butler, Dhruv Jural. There's lots of stars in this team, but there's one guy that I absolutely cannot wait to watch, and that's Jaiswal. He showed in the test format what he's capable of. Now it's time for him in T20 cricket to really show his talent. And with the kind of confidence, the amount of confidence he took from that test series, to take that into this IPL, people, I'm expecting fireworks from this guy. I'm expecting at least like a 500-plus season, maybe even 600-plus. I know it's a big statement, but let's see what happens. This guy on good wickets in the IPL, very best of luck to all the bowlers out there. Obviously, as I mentioned, Josh Butler, Yuzi Chahal bowling with Ashwin. I'm very excited to see that pairing again. I love watching the two of them. They also have Adam Zampa as a leg spinner in the team. So lots of options in the spin department for them, and also some nice experienced seam bowlers there. Really good batting lineup. It's a good all-round team, this. I know Scott Styrus and a few other players tipped them to win last year. They didn't go all the way, but I do think this team has got the potential to be there at the back end. Coached by Kumar Sangakkara, one of the players I have the utmost respect for. I think is a wonderful coach, very calm and collected. He knows his story, is well-spoken, incredible cricketing brain on him. So he will play a huge role. And he said, yeah, we had a disappointing season last year where we didn't truly execute as we should have. But given our performance as runners-up in IPL 2022, where we were so close, we know that the squad we have is capable of bouncing back in our pursuit of competing for the title again. So they won the title a very long time ago. It's almost... what is that now? 14, 15, 16 years ago, 2008. It's a long time ago, people. It's crazy. But at least they have won it. There are a few teams that haven't won it before. I was part of one of those teams, unfortunately. But luckily, the women did us a favor and turned the tide for us. So I think this is the season for the men. That's all the teams then, people. I hope you enjoyed the analysis thereof. I absolutely cannot wait for the IPL to start on the 23rd. I am speaking as fast as I can because I've got a flight to catch and I need to get over to India to prepare for this year's IPL. Let's quickly have a look at a few comments from you guys. And firstly, thank you very much for all the support on this channel. Thank you very much for subscribing, for liking, and keep doing that. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, please do so and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any episodes going into this IPL. I will be nice and busy. Some comments from you guys. Too good. Today's energy was something different today. Loved it. Thank you very much for that. AB is a brilliant Hindi singer. Yes, I must admit, I did enjoy that. It's really one of my favorite songs. And I'm going to listen to it quite a bit over there in India when I arrive there. And then we see there Virat and myself giving each other a hug, and then Smrti and Elise Perry having a similar kind of relationship. It's quite nice to see there for Team RCB. I do miss those days, but I do think this team is in really good hands with Virat there, raring to go with Andy Flower, and I think the guys are going to have a fantastic season. And hello, AB, I have a question. How do you overcome fear of facing fast balls and hitting you? So that is something I struggled with for many, many years throughout my career, and it's absolutely normal. So don't think there's anything wrong with you. No one wants to get hurt, right? But it is fortunately, one of the biggest tricks and secrets of cricket. You have to overcome that fear. How did I do it? Practice. Thousands and thousands and thousands of balls in the nets, and getting used to a certain pace, and then upping the speed a bit, and getting used to that pace, upping the speed a bit. And that's how you get better. Ultimately, you got to spend time out there and hit cricket balls to understand your strengths and your weaknesses to get better at your trade. So good luck with that. Hi, AB, which bowler made you struggle the most? I would say when I was younger, Andrew Flintoff, Shane Warne, they were really difficult to face, Muralitharan. And as I got a bit older, I think Stuart Broad was incredibly good in the test format. Mitchell Johnson for Australia in the test format as well. In T20 cricket, Rashid Khan was always tough to pick. In the evening games, in the day games, he was a lot easier to play. So yeah, there's a short list of bowlers for you guys that I've respected throughout my career, but I've always backed myself to still go and play well against them. Bumrah's another one, absolutely fantastic bowler, especially in T20s. We've had a lot of fantastic battles against each other. The way you review a team is mind-blowing. Thank you very much. I try my best, and there's lots more to come throughout this IPL, so keep an eye out for that. I will be having a look at some games, some individual performances, and I will be giving you guys some of the good stuff, the behind-the-scenes stuff that you might not pick up, and also everything I know about the game, techniques, mindsets, and so forth. And then Manya, sorry, AB, but Perry is getting that statue outside Chinnaswamy. That's okay. She deserves it. Please go ahead and do it. No complaints from my side. She's an absolute hero of Bengaluru now, helping Team RCB cross the line. And as I mentioned before, please, men, this is the year. Come on, you guys can do it. Alrighty then, moving on to the 360 quiz. Last week, what happened last time I faced off against James Anderson? That was the question. The answer was, I got out for a duck, and it was the only pair I got in my cricket career. So, test cricket career at least, because you can only get a pair in test cricket, right? Akash Krishna, congratulations for getting that question right. It's a great effort from you. This week's 360 quiz, then, we see Elise Perry kicking a football there, or a soccer ball. And the question is, which FIFA World Cup did Elise Perry take part in? Quite phenomenal for her to play cricket and soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. She's just an incredible athlete, and it's great to watch her perform. And, well, she played soccer as well. So which FIFA World Cup was that? I hope you guys get it right. Also, please subscribe to the channel, as I asked you before. Hit that bell notification, and let's have some fun at this year's IPL. It's the IPL 2024. Will Chennai Super Kings defend their title? Will RCB win their first trophy? Or will one of the other teams put their hands up to take that incredible trophy home? I'm really rooting for Team RCB. Let's hope that the women inspired the men enough. I know the guys will be working hard as I'm speaking now. They will be in the nets. Virat, Faf, and co. Come on, guys. Put the hard yards in and bring that trophy home. I will be flying off to India now, and I will be saying goodbye. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next week.